Behind the Basketball Podcast, also known as M.O.B Podcast, NBA Playoff Edition. I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
And it's our basketball podcast. We recap, break down, and analyze players and teams in the playoffs from the previous games from the previous day. Oh, it's been a while since we did the intro, so I had to bring it back.
Of course.
Had to bring it back.
Of course. Yeah, man. People gotta know our names. We haven't done the intro so long they forgot who we were. I guess we've been having to just have to show them who we are. You Evan, I'm Ja.
Yep. We are the only people that are showing people who we are. Not by a long shot. It was a basketball game last night. Playoff game. Eastern Conference Finals playoff game. It was an ugly one.
In what way? In both sided or just one sided?
One-sided. Completely one-sided. Just domination.
Yep, annihilation for real.
Obliteration. Oh my gosh.
Superiority.
That is the Bucks' max potential. What we saw last night is the Bucks how they should be playing majority of the time, 95% of the time. Giannis going strong to the paint, having a hot start, being consistent from three. Being efficient, having the defense, having great defense, by the way, because Trey was ice Trey. One way to put it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was just a complete dominating performance by the Milwaukee Bucks. I mean, you could tell that from the beginning that they got in rhythm from the 3-point shooting they got early going. It was going to be a completely different game to game one. And
now go on.
I was going to say real quick, in that second quarter, everything started to change for the worse for the Hawks.
Yeah. Let's be honest. The deep down, we know that the Bucks had embarrassment. They was like a team that how they be like, Atlanta stand up, ATL stand up. Well, the Bucks said no. ATL, sit your ass down, because you want to know why? That loss that they had in game one was so embarrassing to them. And that's no disrespect to the Hawks team. And I know you have them in 7, of course, because obviously, they've been shocking a lot of people, but the Bucks know that this is a team where everybody's looking at them to beat them in 5 games. Let's be honest. I know, again, you are a different story, and you, along with the fans down in Georgia, because, of course, they've been just doing things that you wouldn't expect, being the underdogs and coming up big, and all the pieces is fitting together. But let's be honest, everybody's looking at this Bucks team, and they're looking at this Hawks team, and they're saying, as talented as they are, the Bucks should win in 5 games at least. And that game one put a scare to them. And now the Bucks knew that they had to get back on track, get it together, fix it up, because they're better than this. And that's what they basically did. Giannis being aggressive, dominant, all the day, all the time, every time. He's going to be Giannis. Giannis is going to be Giannis. Well, he's Giannis, to be honest. Yep. Drew Holiday, being who we wanted him to be for this team since the beginning, working in the half court. You talk about the threes. You talk about the defense. You talk about getting connection. Brook Lopez had a dunk. I don't remember who. I think he dunked on somebody. Or he did.
He dunked on Capella.
Yep. You see, they were just doing all of that. All the movement and things like that. Execution of play. That's what you like to see from this Bucks team. Just like what you said, that's their maximum potential.
Yeah, it was almost scary to watch. I mean, this was just a beatdown. Since that second quarter, I mean, they scored 43 points in that second quarter. The Hawks were sitting on 40 for like how long? The Bucks went on a 20-0 run.
Yeah.
In that second quarter, it was just annihilation. Oh my gosh. And yeah, they were finally shooting threes consistently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you see how dangerous they can be when they have 3-ball going for them. Yep. I mean, finally, Connaughton. Finally, Forbes. You know,
Bryn.
Drew Holiday also in 2 back-to-back games, along with his defense on Trae, along with the Bucks' collective defense on Trae Young. Had 48 points one game. Yeah, he's not gonna have that again. At least not now. He's not in game 2.
Exactly.
Shut that shit down. Kevin Huerter.
Well, because
stop.
Well, because let's be honest, right? Like, you know, when you're going against it, look, when you're again, I keep saying this because it's a cliche, but it's the truth, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, when you're a great scorer, you're gonna find ways to get yours regardless, right? You're gonna always find ways to get yours, and you're gonna always find when you can get yours and it's working to your favor, to your advantage. You're gonna always score at will off of that. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But when you're going against a great defensive team like the Bucks, yeah, you might have one night in which, like, you know, you get the better of them, but they know how to execute and strategize to shut that down real easy, and that's what they did with Trae Young in terms of his scoring. Like, you know, like how much he had, like only 15 on the night. Like, you know, the Bucks emphasize a strategy. Yep, the Bucks emphasize a strategy in order to limit him from doing what he did last game, because he was just cooking. And he was finding threats in the Bucks defense in order to, like, you know, in order to expose him to get his. And the Bucks made sure that wouldn't happen again. They manned down, they got better at it, and as a result, of course, again, Drew Holiday, he has to go against Drew Holiday, and we know how Drew Holiday is on both ends of the floor.
Yep, and Drew Holiday showed that. Bucks showed this how dominant they can be. Take notes, yeah. Mike, please. Mike and Ike.
I think you really hate him now.
I don't hate him. I just want him. This Bucks team is too talented, too many great players, too many great pieces to not be playing at their max potential. That's why I get on them a lot. But
understood. Go on.
Okay. But like I was saying, yeah, when you see it like this, it can be scary. It can be scary. When you see this Bucks team like this, they can just run through the East. Every year if they play consistently like this.
Well, don't say that, because don't forget this is a team here, and you know NYC. Like, you know, you can't just run through them easy until they get injured.
Well, yeah, but the Knicks aren't ready yet, so I think they could probably run through. Yeah.
No, bro, we talking about Meadowlands, bro. We talking about New
Jersey. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, this Bucks team with this performance just blew the Hawks out the water. They was up by as much. I think they was up by 40 at one point.
Yeah, no question. Nah, they were. Oh my God. I was like, wait, is this even a game? I said, wow. I said, I think I saw something on the blacktop better earlier.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna keep watching. Because I seen the Bucks gave up a big lead one before, and the Hawks came back from a big lead before. But then I got a point. I was like, yeah, this game is done. This game is done. 100% confidence. I said, yeah, this game's done. I can turn it off. This game is done. Just absolute domination by the Milwaukee Bucks, as they do get the win back and they tie up the series. Luckily for the Hawks, they do go back to Atlanta. So some good news for them. And then also,
Yeah,
Cam
yeah,
Reddish
go on.
did play. It's been a long time since he played. Been since February, I think.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a while, but hey, he came back and
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He had to come back in this game.
he came back in the wrong situation, wrong time, wrong situation. But
Yep.
yeah, it's great to see Cam back out there. I have a lot of confidence in his abilities and what he could do.
Sorry.
Like I feel like he's going to be, to me, in my opinion, even though he hasn't shown it much, I feel like he's going to be a star in this league or a really good player in the league. Really good player. Probably
No,
not
no,
better
no,
than
no.
Sadiq Bey. But hey,
Yo. Leave him alone.
I didn't say anything wrong.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
didn't say anything wrong.
I hope
I didn't
Sadiq
say
Bey
anything
becomes a
wrong.
top 10 player in this league. I really.
Okay, now we know that. We know that
Well,
ain't gonna happen.
that's not gonna happen. All right, Sadiq, please. He's doubting you. Doubters like him prove the doubters wrong. Prove the doubters wrong. I really hope he becomes a top 10 player. Why can't he be a top 10 player? Because he's not a top 10 player now. Was Kawhi a top 10 player when he entered the league? No. Was Giannis top 10 player when he entered the league? No.
Okay. You got a point there. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. You're right. He could become a top 10 player in the league.
Progression, and he's already good
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that is disrespectful to us, and I do feel like.
But listen.
But now with all the talent that's in the league today, I don't think you're gonna be a top 10 player with all the talent that we have in the league today. You talk about
prove this man wrong, please. Prove this man wrong, and we're gonna clip it. And when you become a star, we're gonna put it out there. We'll put it out there.
All right, we're gonna save this to the. We're gonna save this to the end of the pod. Watch.
So we clown him. But right now,
go ahead. All right.
No offense. Let's not talk about the Detroit Pistons player right now. All right. We're in the playoffs. This is these kind of finals. So let's talk about that. And as I was saying, the Bucks proving how dominant they can be in this Game 2 blowout win against the Hawks. Some news to get into. Coaching news. Coaching hirings. One, after the former Dallas Mavericks head coach goes to Indiana, well, Dallas looks to, replace that role. And they have done so. Because as speculated, rumors were true. Sources were right. Jason Kidd is the new head coach of the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, great mind. One of the greatest point guards of all time. When he coached for the Bucks, did a pretty decent job. Wasn't spectacular, but he did pretty good on that Bucks team, coaching a young Giannis team.
Yeah, no question. Let me tell you something, right? You say he did a decent job. Last time I remember, they made it to the playoffs. And you need to understand, not a lot of you know how you always have those players, even though they got a great IQ whatsoever, you still don't think they could really do good in coaching. Like it's been a few or rare amount of guys who are great players who actually became really good coaches or whatsoever. Like I think one of them that comes to mind to me based on what I learned, Lenny Wilkins. He's an all-time great player and all-time great coach. Bill Russell for a short period of time. It's rare that you see it, but Jason Kidd, you can really tell that he's a really good coach. Like, obviously, Hall of Fame talent as a player, but he's a really good coach. And I feel like he's just going to put Dallas in where Rick Carlisle not better than what Rick Carlisle put them, but he's still going to take them to where they are, and that's playoffs.
But they're looking for something more than just playoffs. They're looking to go deep. They're looking to get out of the first round. Can Jason Kidd do that?
That's the thing. I don't know, because he's more of a development too, because you see how he helped develop Giannis during his time with the Bucks, because that was a young team. Brandon Knight, even though nobody talks about him much, Brandon Knight, and the way
talk
he
about him, but for wrong reasons, not for the reasons he would want.
Yes. Yeah, but hey, regardless if they talk about him for the wrong reasons, just know he was nice.
Oh
You
yeah,
know it. I know. We all know
I
it. He
know.
was nice. He might have missed some. He might have missed some layups, but hey, he was nice.
Missed
You
some
know.
layups, got dunked
And
on, got crossed. It wasn't good for Brandon Knight, but he did have a lot of potential. He was a good player.
yeah,
Fortunately, I wish he had
yeah,
more. I wish
nope,
it would have lived up to more of that potential, though.
yeah, hell yeah, for sure, of course. But yeah, Jason Kidd, I feel like he could develop you guys into a good situation in which you can make the playoffs. It's just the thing is, could he take Dallas deeper than that? That only remains to be seen because as far as we know, if he's an assistant, then yeah, but if he's not, we don't know.
Yeah, Jason Kidd, we'll see what he can do. He wasn't Lakers assistant, and he got a lot of praise in the Lakers organization being the
Yeah,
assistant there. Obviously, Lakers defending champ, well, not defending anymore, but reigning champions as of now.
yeah,
Also, his first coaching job was for the Brooklyn Nets,
yeah,
coaching Joe Johnson and Darren Williams. So I mean,
yeah.
we'll see what Jason Kidd can do. It's been a while since he's been a head coach, but now he's in Dallas. Let's see how he manages Luka and that team. Porzingis. We'll see what happens in Dallas.
Nah, nah, no, 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 no. Don't disrespect. Call him by what he should be called for right now.
Stop. You disrespecting. You about to disrespect. Stop. I'm trying to go by it. Please. Just let's move on. Let's move on.
I swear the internet is so disrespectful.
Let's move on. All right.
All right, let's move on.
That wasn't the only head coaching job filled. It was another in Portland. And well, Portland has a new coach, and his name is Chauncey Billups. Of course,
Wow.
a lot of people are familiar with Chauncey Billups. If you aren't, he was a great point guard for this league. He was the Finals MVP for the Detroit Pistons the last time they won the NBA championship. Of course, the team of Ben Wallace, Richard Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Shea Wallace, all those guys.
Yeah.
Also played in Denver. Got Melo to his first and only Western Conference Finals. And he's been an assistant. He was a former Clippers assistant coach, and now he has a head coaching job in Portland. What do you think about this move?
Well deserved, man. Well deserved. Chauncey is also another OG, like that you could just say he could fit in well in terms of coaching himself, in terms of his leadership ability. Let's just be honest, his leadership, he could help lead, bring on the floor, right? As a player, now you could bring on the floor as a coach, and you could try to teach your these young guys things. Well, not the young guys. Well, he could teach these players things about how to do this, how to do that, how to conduct themselves, whatsoever, things like that, in terms of going out there and playing winning basketball, because he has a lot of experience in terms of winning, and Portland needs that, because even though they had success, the last time they made it deep was 2 years ago, right?
Portland? Oh yeah. Last time they made it was 2 years ago. Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, and and people don't think they could do better than that, but let's see. It's going to be a great for Chauncey. I guess this is our first time I'm going to be watching him in terms of being in that bigger of a role outside of being an assistant. So let's see how he does.
I think he can handle the Dame situation and how Dame's been with the organization and how he's playing and how he's managing and all the other guys around him. Because it seems like Portland, it's like Portland has great offense, but a lot of the times Dame is that guy that they can rely on a lot because he's reliable. Sometimes CJ becomes inconsistent. Sometimes Melo, even though he plays good, he's not Nuggets Melo, let alone Knicks Melo. Nurkic gets hurt every year. It seems like. Injuries has obviously played Portland. Also, the defense is absolutely atrocious. So, how do you think he's gonna be able to handle that situation?
Man, to to be honest, kind of hard. I don't even know how he's gonna. I feel like he's gonna handle it well. In terms, he knows how. I feel like he knows how this team is built. I feel like him being once a great point guard, Dame of course respects a lot of the OGs who, especially guys of his caliber. I feel like him and Dame is gonna connect well. Um, Defensively, there has to be strategy. Um, Obviously, he can't take what he got from his former teams in the past, but he could try to do something, just do something to try to help out with the defense situation down there, because he has a really great mind and a really great ability of picking out and knowing what could the strengths and weaknesses be on both ends. And again, he's leader. And I feel like that will help him in terms of how he's going to coach this team.
All right. Interesting take. We'll see what happens in Portland. Chauncey Billups as their new head coach.
Yeah.
But, all right. That's all the news. So let's get into predictions for tonight's game, going to the Western Conference Finals. Game 4. After that, embarrassing loss. The Phoenix Suns look to bounce back, steal the home court from the Clippers. As for the Clippers, they look to, tie up the series just like they have been doing for 2 series straight. Going on 3 series straight they look to do in this game. Who do you have in game 4?
LA, our way.
LA, our way. Yep, I got the Clippers as well. By the way, no Kawhi Leonard, but still think they could get the job done. They still have somehow been playing great without Kawhi.
And that's all because of that man right behind you.
Also, some other players like Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, Bobby Shmurda.
He's been playing absolutely amazing. But yeah, I think they can get the job done. I think it's gonna be a lot closer though. I don't think Chris Paul and Devin Booker is gonna have both bad games scoring. That's very rare.
Yeah. That ain't happening again in a while. That's not going to happen in a while. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Yeah, as I was saying, that is not going to happen. That for what happened last game was like some gift of God stuff. Well, for the Clippers and just a nightmare for the Suns.
Yeah.
Because to have your 2 best players who are really good at scoring the basketball really have great scoring. I know Chris Paul's coming back from the COVID situation. You can make an excuse, but Mass Devin Booker got to come out now. We know he got to come out now. It's impossible. I know you said he's playing how you really would think a player should play with a mask on, but come on now. Devin Booker's Devin Booker. Mask, no mask, he gonna do him. So yeah, I expect it to be a closer game.
We'll see what happens. Clippers need this win. I don't think that they have a chance of winning the series if they lose this game. So they need this win. They know that as well. They don't want to go back to Phoenix with Phoenix having to win a game on their home floor to have a chance to go to the NBA Finals. That's not going to be good for the Clippers. So, yeah. By the way.
Hey, Playoff P, they calling you.
Yep, Playoff P, I need you to show out. By the way, ESPN, 9 o'clock, just let you guys know when the game is and where it is and what time it is. So, yeah. All right. Time to wrap things up. Ja, final thoughts.
Wow, well, all these legends becoming coaches now. Well, Jason Kidd was always a coach, but all these great point guard minds who people who usually say they will probably do great as a coach. Now they're here in a coaching situation. Who else should deserve a recognition as possibly being a coach for whatever team comes along whatsoever? I feel like Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell, I feel like he could really be a really good coach with the way he is.
Yeah. Sam Cassell, I mean, he's been assistant for so long.
Yeah. I think it's time for him to try bigger challenges. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I feel like he will be really good as a head coach for whatever team is willing to pick him up.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Sam Cassell's be really good. I think he's been experienced enough.
Yeah.
He's also been a player, been playing for a long time, a really good player as well. So I think he could bring a lot to a team.
Yeah. Hell yeah. For sure. In terms of his knowledge, his intelligence in the game. And also, obviously, most of these players that we're talking about, most of these players that are coming coaches now, former players that are coming coaches now, they're point guards. And really great-minded point guards at that high IQ. I feel like that's what they could bring to the table in terms of helping out this team. IQ, intelligence of the game. So I feel like they could get those opportunities out there for them.
Yep. I see your point. I mean, the point guard position is very dominant in today's league. It's very important. It is very important. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But that all being said, thank you guys for watching today's podcast. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, support the channel, give us feedback, all that good stuff.
And also follow our IG and our TikTok down in the description below.
Yes, and once again, I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
And this, Mind Basketball Podcast.
Eastern Conference Finals edition, playoff.
Yes, conference finals and playoffs edition.